There are days when I walk without knowing where I am going. Inside, I feel empty, like a bottomless void. In those years, I lived without meaning, breathing, but not truly alive. To others I seemed fine, but only I knew. I had lost all direction. I was like a leaf torn from its branch, drifting wherever the wind carried me. And then, in that deadlock, I chose a journey to Tibet, not to find anything, but to escape from myself. Tibet, the land of wind and clouds. I wandered through gray stone streets where prayer flags fluttered, where the sound of distant monastery bells echoed, each chime whispering, "There is something waiting for you." I walked and walked until the streets disappeared behind me, leaving only snowy mountains fading into the mist. No guide, no destination, only me and the emptiness within my heart. The sky turned violet as the last light of the sun slipped down the eternal icy peaks. Before me stretched a narrow path, like a thread between towering cliffs. No signs, no souls, only the wind whistling, carrying dust and tattered prayer papers, as if abandoned by forgotten centuries. I stepped forward. Stones along the path were carved with strange letters, ancient Sanskrit, but they weren't dead. They pulsed faintly like beating hearts. Each time my foot touched the ground, the letters glowed, then faded when I passed. I felt as though an invisible hand was leading me deeper into the mountain. The wind suddenly changed. No longer the long, endless howl, but fragments of sound, like a chant of an ancient sutra. At first distant, then clearer, clearer, until I could make out each word. Impermanence, suffering, emptiness, non-self. I froze. Goosebumps covered my skin. Ahead, a crack in the rock opened, like a gate to another world. I followed it, every step heavy, as though watched by 1,000 unseen eyes. And then, I saw shadowy figures. They sat in meditation along the cliffs, robes torn to shreds, but their faces serene, unmoving through countless ages. No one moved, no one opened their eyes. But as I passed, voices echoed directly within my mind. You have wandered into a place no one should, but here you will see what you must see. My heart pounded. The path ahead rose into spiral steps, climbing straight into the clouds. Each step glowed while beneath me fog swirled like a boundless ocean. A freezing wind swept by. I felt someone walking behind me, but when I turned back, there was only whiteness, still. Footsteps echoed, in rhythm with my own. Thus I pressed deeper into the mountain of Kukutapada. It was no longer an ordinary mountain. It was a doorway, leading from reality into a realm untouched by mortals. And I knew, at the end of this path, something awaited me. Something terrifying, yet sacred enough to make me tremble. Exhausted, I sank onto a moss-covered stone. The wind carried countless voices chanting an ancient sutra. My eyelids grew heavy, and I drifted into a dream. In the dream, I saw an old man, hair and beard white as snow, eyes shining like distant stars. He emerged from the mist, draped in a saffron robe faded with time. He gazed at me, his voice deep and resonant like a timeless bell. You are lost. I shivered. Indeed, no words could be truer for my heart. I asked, "Who are you?" He smiled gently. "I am Mahakashyapa, disciple of the Blessed One. The world calls me first in ascetic practice. For thousands of years I have dwelled in stillness upon this mountain, awaiting the descent of Maitreya Buddha, to whom I shall pass the robe and the Dharma. But today, by rare destiny, you have come. I no longer preach to the world, but I will speak to you." He sat down, touching the earth, as the Buddha once did beneath the Bodhi tree. Light radiated from him, illuminating the mountain as if it were day. He spoke, "You carry a chaotic soul. You run, but you know not where. You seek peace, yet cling to illusions of impermanence. The more you run, the deeper you fall into the darkness of your own mind." His words thundered in my skull. My heart raced, my body trembled. I wanted to deny it, to say I was not so weak. Yet strangely, each word pierced the deepest fears within me. The fear that my life was nothing but a meaningless wandering. Memories flooded in, failures, broken dreams, sleepless nights heavy with anxiety. I felt torn between two shores. One, the call of my ego, full of craving and greed. The other, a vast silence where I felt utterly empty. I clutched my head, tears streaming, my mind shattering, but his voice remained steady, like a lamp burning in the storm. "Do not run. Look directly into your pain. It is not an enemy, but a doorway. When you see the impermanence of all things, suffering no longer binds you." He raised his hand toward the cloudy sky, and strangely, a crack of light opened within the clouds, like a celestial gate. I saw faint figures, wanderers like me, each lifted by the light, their faces serene. In that instant, my inner chaos began to dissolve. My fear melted into tears. I collapsed to the ground, trembling yet lighter than before. For the first time, I felt an emptiness that was not despair, but peace. His voice continued, warm as a gentle breeze. "Seek not the path outside. The path is within you. Learn to walk slowly, breathe deeply, observe each thought as it arises. Then you will see, from chaos itself, a doorway to liberation opens." I looked up, eyes blurred with tears, yet I saw him as though I were seeing the Buddha himself, smiling. In that moment, something inside me awakened. I realized all this time I had only been running, adding more burdens, never once listening to myself. He continued, "Suffering is not an enemy, but a teacher. Losing direction is not the end, but a sign you must return. Return to your breath. Return to the present moment. There, you will find the path." I sat motionless before him, his words cutting through the dense fog of my mind. For years, I had lived like a lost soul, chasing illusions, clinging to things that vanished like mist. I thought I was strong, yet inside I was afraid. I tried to hold on, but the tighter I gripped, the faster happiness slipped away. When he spoke of impermanence, countless memories arose, broken bonds, unfulfilled dreams, fleeting moments of joy that vanished too soon. My heart ached as if pierced by thousands of needles. I realized I had lived in the illusion that things would last forever. When he spoke of suffering, I saw myself thrashing in an ocean of waves, anxiety, failure, despair. I saw my own face in sleepless nights, in bleak mornings, in moments when I wished to disappear. The images came vividly, chilling me to the bone. Yet his voice softened, like a cool breeze in a burning desert. He spoke of the path beyond suffering, of the breath, of returning to oneself. He said, "Within you already lies the seed of peace. You need not seek it elsewhere. Simply stop and listen." I froze. Tears streamed endlessly. I wept like a child finally embraced after long years of loneliness. I wept because I realized peace had never left me. I had only been too busy running to notice. A gentle light enveloped me. My mind cleared, like a lake still after a storm. I heard my heartbeat, no longer frantic. Its rhythm merged with my breath, and my breath merged with the vast universe. For the first time in years, I truly breathed, truly felt alive. I awakened, as if rising from a long dream. I opened my eyes. Before me, only the silent mountains remained. No old man, no light, only the wind rushing through the rocks, sounding strangely like Dharma words: impermanence, suffering, emptiness, non-self. I rose. My heart was no longer empty. I had found direction, not an outward path, but the path within. I placed my palms together, bowing toward Mount Kukutapada, whispering, "Venerable One, thank you for waking me from the long dream of life." And so, my aimless journey became a pilgrimage of the soul. The dream on Mount Kukutapada revealed to me this truth. We all have moments of losing our way. But if we pause, listen, and return within, the lamp of Dharma still shines in our hearts. If today you are confused, lost in the flow of life, remember, sometimes it is in the darkest night that the seed of awakening begins to sprout. Thank you for walking with me through this mystical journey. If this story brought you even a little peace, please leave a small trace, a like, a share, or a comment about your feelings. Your support will inspire me to continue sharing stories that touch the heart. And don't forget to subscribe so we can journey together again into wondrous realms where dream and reality meet, where the words of the Buddha still echo through the mountains and within each of our souls.